Let's try to understand the concept of the thread programming. To understand the concept of the thread programming, we are going to understand what the process is. So, guys, process is what that whenever you start any application, like when you start the Google Chrome, IntelliJ IDEA, Microsoft Whiteboard, OBS Studio, or any other application on your operating system, like Windows Explorer, at that time, the system creates the process of that particular application and run on the processor. Like suppose if I start this visual code, right? So here you will see that in the task bar automatically we are going to have an entry of this Visual Studio Code, right? So this is the thing that we should understand, that whenever we start executing any application, at that time operating system creates the process of that application and start executing it. Okay, so now let's move back to the Java programming. So in Java, what happens that whenever we execute any program, let me show you. Let me go to the like IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, I'm there in the IntelliJ IDEA and I'm there in the main .java. Okay, so this is the program which I can execute. Okay, so let me remove this. And suppose here I'm just writing the infinite for loop, okay, and I'm going to write system.out.println and just going to write the message that is printing. Okay, it will keep on displaying this printing word on the screen. Okay, right? So that is what I'm going to do. So before that, let's try to see that what is there in this IntelliJ IDEA process. So here you can see that right now there is a single Java runtime environment which is running, which is going to run our application. Okay, and now if I start executing my Java application, that means the class having a main method. Okay, let's see that what happens. So I'm running it and it will start printing. Okay, so now if you will go to the task manager, here you can see that there is one more process associated with the IntelliJ has started executing. Okay, this one. Okay, so that means that whenever you run the Java program, at that time basically whenever you run the Java program, at that time you are creating a new process in the system, right? So this is the thing that we should keep in mind, that when we run a Java program, at that time we create a new process in the system. I'm stopping the application for a moment. Okay, now let's try to understand what the thread is. Okay, so that I would like to explain with the concept of multi-processing or multi-programming. Okay, I'm moving to the whiteboard, and guys, what is going to happen that nowadays we know that our processors, like if you see our processor, let me show you the processor. Yeah, this is the processor information. Here you can see in the processor we are having 4 cores and there are 8 logical processors. Okay, so it would be like this, that in the processor itself you are going to have 8 independent units like this. Okay, or independent processor you can say. Okay, so there are total, let's say, 8 independent cores or processor. So what may happen that suppose if we have a program, and in the program if there are functions which can run independently from each other, then what I can do that the program at a runtime, the program would be divided into number of like sub programs. Okay, we don't require to do that automatically, that our operating system or the runtime environment will do that for us. Okay, like this. Okay, so these are the sub part of the program that can be executed separately. Okay, so now here that what can happen that these programs, like the program P1 can be executed on a one core of the processor, that P2 can be executed on another core of the processor, that P3 can be executed on another core of the processor, and this can be achieved with the help of concept called, right? So basically that we have to implement the functionality of the thread for the given program. Okay, what is the most important thing over here, that these are independent functions or the task of the program which can be executed parallelly or concurrently. Okay, so here we are introducing thread to execute the concurrent task. And whenever we want to do the concurrent execution of the task, then we must have to use the concept of thread. So this is the introduction of the thread. In the next video, I'm going to show you that how the thread can be implemented. That's it for this video.